Hey guys, this is Illusionist Jason Bishop. I'm back with another random magic review. I found a video of a guy online performing for kids. I think he's just performing and then seeing how they respond and how they react to the magic that he does, which should be pretty interesting. So again, I'm a professional illusionist magician. I've had 2 successful shows in New York City. I've performed on the Today Show, CBS Sunday Morning, traveled to over 40 different countries via magic, most of the states except for South Dakota, I believe it is. I bring up a random video online, I check it out, and I give you my thoughts on what I'm seeing for the magic. So let's check this gentleman out performing for kids. See what the kids think of his magic. Here we go.
This one is A, all right? This is B, okay? You will have B, hang on to the B, got it good? I got A over here. Watch, I simply do that. The A one is gonna disappear completely. If you open your hand slowly, see what happened right there.
That's a great response from the little girl. That's a classic routine. It's called sponge balls. You know, it's one of those kind of simple techniques as such to do, and maybe a lot of magicians even look down on sponge balls as such, but you know what? It amazes the audience. That little girl's response. The interesting thing about that, people, you know, it's kind of cheesy. They say, magic brings back that sense of childhood wonder. I guess it really does, because that girl's response is the response that adults give when they see the sponge balls done. When you open up your hands and you believe that you've held on to only one object and you open your hand and there are 2 in there, it blows your mind. I mean, you have control of something in your own hand and then it's still affected by this magician. So great start to this. Obviously it's just a little kid responding, but you know, this kid genuinely enjoyed that, and that's cool, and that's what you're going for, you know? So let's see what else he does here. Here we go.
Nice meeting you. Sorry, this is in the back pocket. It's really big, so it's really annoying. I can't have that. It's okay. All right, we're gonna start the... What's going on? Are you okay? What?
Fire!
What? Fire? What? Oh, this is my wallet, man. You're crazy. Anyway, so we're gonna start today right now soon, right?
Are you doing magic tricks? Because there's fire keep popping up. I saw fire again.
But, do you see the fire? I don't see the fire, man. This is my wallet, man. Anyway, how's it going?
Are you a magician?
I am.
He's doing like a type of accidental magic. I'm not a huge fan of accidental magic. I always sort of believe usually the magician should be in control of what they're doing. That, you know, you're a magician. You're a race car driver, you drive a car. You're a scientist, you do whatever you do with beakers and Bunsen burners. But, you know, some magicians like to take the accidental magic approach. I'm not a huge fan of that. I believe it should be under control of the magician, but teach their own, that's fine. It's obviously just a quick kind of a trick for kids, but he could have done it in a way that he was under control of it. Obviously, technically, he was in control of the fire coming from the wallet. These kids' responses are phenomenal, but this is how kids respond to magic, depending on the trick actually, but these are very visual tricks, and kids definitely like visual tricks, and so he's selected some good ones so far at this point.
Mm-hmm. Abracadabra. What kind of magic do you do?
You know, I do a lot of close-up style magic, and I also have a stage show as well where I do some mind reading.
Mind reading?
Mm-hmm, yeah. Don't be scared, it's okay, I'm not doing it now.
Okay, good. Magician makes him a little money.
Obviously that little kid was plotting something and he didn't want his mind read, so I'd probably keep an eye on that kid.
If you're good, then yes, you can make a lot of money doing things, anything, if you're good at it.
And why you have a magical wallet?
Okay, well, I'll tell you why this magical wallet is magical, though, because watch over here. Now, you see I got cash in here, right? Okay. Crystal, how much do I have?
$5.
Okay, now if you can do magic, what will you do with this money?
Make them disappear.
Make them disappear, or, watch this, can I see your right hand right now? Because instead of making them disappear, how about you make them $100. I know, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and $500 over here. Yay!
Wow.
Yeah, so magicians do make some good.
There's a million variations of that type of a trick. That's a really good one, no question about it. And he did it well. I liked how he used her hand to sort of make it happen, that it was in physical contact with her, and then it instantly changed from the 1s into the 100s. You know, people wonder, are those real $1 bills? Are they real $100 bills? Those are absolutely real $100 bills. They're real $1 bills. It's interesting to see. This is why sometimes there's a challenge performing for kids, because they don't quite understand the world yet. An adult would instantly say that those $1 bills should turn into $1 million or 100,000 or, you know, whatever, a lot more money, hundreds. And the kid says, make him disappear, because the kid doesn't have value yet of what that money really is at this point entirely. So to her, it would be cool to see the money disappear. To an adult, they want to see them turn into $1,000 bills and then get to keep them. So interesting dynamic on that.
Money, I guess.
How long have you been a magician?
I have been studying magic since I was 14 years old.
Wow.
I love puzzles and things that make me think, and magic was one of them.
Is magic your full-time job?
It is. I'm very fortunate.
Can you show us a trick, please?
Of course I can. Yes, let's do it. Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, he said a little bit ago that he likes magic because it's like puzzles and it makes you think. And that's something that actually I find attractive about magic. I actually don't like puzzles, but the aspect of making you think. I like electronics, and I like pyrotechnics, and I like mechanics, and I like different aspects of science. Magic allows you to be a little bit of a jack of all trades with those things and kind of dabble in those different areas, video editing, etc., and then combine them into magic, into a trick or an illusion as such. So I'll do a trick where I interact with a plasma screen and objects come off of it, and my assistant Kim disappears in it, etc. And so that allows me to dabble a little bit in the mechanics and the electronics and some higher end electronic things as well. I think that's common among magicians. A lot of magicians are early adopters of technology. One of the very first big filmmakers was Georges Méliès from France, and he was actually a magician as well originally. So that rings true for me, that this guy utilizes magic as an outlet for some of his other interests actually.
I know, right? I'll put my ID on his hand over here. Yeah, nothing around it like that. Yeah, nothing around it. But watch, 1, 2.
Oh.
That's pretty.
I mean, you just can't beat that kind of response. These kids are just beaming, and it's pretty awesome to see that.
I'm gonna get a high five, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm not sure what that is, but I'll go with that. I'll go like that. Oh.
I'm speechless again. I don't know how to do it.
2, 3.
Little Steve Jobs over here was really impressed. That's good. It's a tough audience, tough audience.
Make me fly.
Make you fly?
Why are you a magician?
Because this brings me the most joy. Because you gotta remember that trick for a while, right? Yeah. Isn't it cool to have this kind of awesome memory? So it's really cool that I'm able to, do what I love and also be able to make other people happy.
How somebody could become a magician?
You have to have a lot of dedication and
And a
practice.
lot of practice.
Yeah, a lot of practice. Practice day and night. It becomes a muscle memory.
Have you ever had a trick fail?
Never. I'm kidding. I sometimes I do, but I can recover really fast.
That's the truth. People wonder, do your tricks ever fail? Every trick has failed in a million different ways, and sometimes, many times when they fail, nobody else knows that they failed. You have to simply correct something yourself, adjust, and then move on. Sometimes when a trick fails, though, it's pretty obvious, and there's nothing you can do about it. Just hope to God it's not your very last trick, that you can move on to something else and give a laugh about it, have a laugh about it with the audience for a second, and then move on to something else. You definitely have to be able to deal with failure in magic, because along the way as you learn, you're definitely going to mess up tricks, unfortunately, or they won't be up to the performance level that you would have them be. And you just have to deal with that and adjust and lick your wounds and live to fight another day and practice and reconstruct the trick a little bit so that you can do it a little bit better in the future and not fail. But some of those miserable failures lead to far better performances because you just don't want to repeat those failures again.
Are you ever stumped by magic you see?
Yes, Pete, there are very, very, very amazing magicians out there, and they create new magic, and when I see it and I couldn't figure out, I love it. I love being able to be fooled again.
Can you show me more magic tricks?
I would kind of agree with him on that. There's not a ton that completely fools me, but I don't necessarily pursue the solutions, the answers, how something is done if I'm amazed by something. I can genuinely just sit there and go, wow, I don't know how that's done, and that's amazing, and it looked great, and it fooled me, and it was beautiful or amazing, what have you, whatever adjective you want to use. But I don't have to know how it's done. If it's something that I want to readapt for my own show, or it's some sort of a general technique that I want to then apply to my show that isn't proprietary to one magician, then I may want to find out how it's done. But I don't have this burning desire to know how every single trick is done. I really do enjoy sometimes watching something going, I'm not sure how that's done. Although it's not all that many tricks usually, but let's see what he does next.
Will show you my actions. Of course I will. Yes, can pull here, pull there. It doesn't matter how hard you pull it. It's stuck, yeah? Can you blow on it? And you can see it come right through.
That's so cool! Where is the coolest place you did magic?
Oh, right here, right now. You guys are awesome.
I wonder if that's real. I mean, these kids are great. This would be a fun location to do magic, that's for sure. But magic can definitely take you to some pretty cool places, that's for sure, around the world, and meet interesting people and perform for them. And you know, we performed at the U.S. Naval Academy and the U.S. Coast Guard Academy, and those just were amazing in their own different ways. And magic allows you to see places and do things that you otherwise might not get the chance, that's for sure.
Are you gonna
I don't think those kids are buying it though.
be a magician forever?
Yes, I will be a magician forever and ever and ever and ever. All right, we gotta do one last trick. Are you ready, Crystal?
Yes.
Are you ready, Crystal?
Yes, I'm gonna go move.
Okay, awesome. We gotta do some magic with drawings. Who's a better drawer?
Me. He does not. I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you draw one fish for me? Go for it on a piece of paper. Oh, this is really good. Okay, that's one. All right, now Ernie, can you draw one more fish over here for me?
I can't really draw some fishes.
Yeah, try it. Draw like Austin did. Yeah. You got it?
You can copy mine if you want.
Got the two fishes over here, yeah?
Yes.
Watch this. I'm gonna burn it. Okay.
Oh.
Woo! Wow, and then you burn it. Oh my lord, what happened? They become two real fishes.
But we what? But my fish was just a scribble.
Yeah, and it probably was that one then. Yeah, they're real, yeah? See that?
That's so crazy. The kid's sort of mental continuity about magic is that he says, but mine was just a scribble. Well, how could it become a real fish? Like maybe it should have been a weirdly deformed fish inside of there. But it's interesting to see how kids put this stuff together. And again, kids haven't completely figured out life yet. I mean, not that anybody figures out life, right? But they don't understand some of the rules of life. Whereas an adult would say, oh, I get the trick that you accomplished. The kid goes, but that's not consistent. That doesn't make sense. It's very interesting. And that's why they say that actually kids are harder to fool than adults, because we utilize your expectations, your psychological expectations in magic, and kids don't have those expectations developed to the point that adults do. So you can't really use those quite against them sometimes. It's a weird thing, and I'm sure I'll talk about that in other videos, but it's a very interesting concept. They just don't quite know what to expect in life yet, so they're not buying everything that you're selling them with a magic trick sometimes. But so this was I liked his presentation. That it was a little bit different than other fish appearances that I've seen. I've never seen that take on it. I don't know why. Maybe he wanted to be different instead of going with goldfish, but goldfish would have popped a little bit more. The color would have popped inside of the water. He used some sort of a silvery, almost white looking fish, and so it didn't pop as much. But you know, whatever, it's still a great trick though. I mean, the kids loved it, and you know, he made live fish appear. You make live animals appear, and people always like that for sure.
Wow. It's so cute.
See, like in that shot, I cannot even see where that fish is in there. It's obviously in there. I mean, the kid's reaction is genuine, but I don't know where that fish is in that glass because it's blending in with everything. So the use of color is important when you want something to pop. He's in a white environment, white background. You've got the glass that will bend the light. You've got the water that's reflecting. So a little pop of color, whether it was like a beta that would be blue or something, or a goldfish that would be, you know, orange or gold, it would be helpful.
They're brother and sister.
Aw, just like you guys.
And Ethan. Thank you, Dad.
You're welcome, you're welcome.
I really want to learn magic now.
Do you really imagine now? I'm Nash the Magician. Thank you for watching. If you want to learn more about me, open the link in the description. And before you go, please subscribe to Hi-Ho and check out some more videos over here. Shazam!
Cool, it's a fun video. Obviously the guy's a competent magician. He says he's a professional worker, and it looks like he probably is. I mean, he had a lot of different tricks that he could do, that's for sure. He was competent in them and comfortable, which shows that he's done them quite a few times. So, I mean, he was smart in the selection of tricks that he picked. You know, a lot of people, they'll see somebody perform on TV or YouTube and they say, why didn't they do this or that? That was a harder technique. Sometimes you don't want to use a harder technique. You want to use something that you know will work actually, because it won't fail on you, and you want to reduce the opportunities of your trick failing. If you happen to have the ability to do super high-end sleight of hand kind of magic, then do that if that's your comfort level. It was really fun. It was fun to see the kids' responses. I think, you know, kids' responses on magic, it really can bring a smile to your face. It's really can be quite fun, and that's neat. But I find that with everybody, frankly, is that you perform a piece of magic and people just laugh and smile and enjoy themselves, and it's a fun part of the job, that's for sure. So Jim Carrey once said, he said, I did a thing in my life that when I meet people, they show me their best self. And I'm not Jim Carrey, and I haven't done with my life what he has, but I would agree for myself is that when I perform for people or after a show, they always sort of show me their best self. Their guard is down. They're not aggressive towards me. They're not questioning if I'm trying to take advantage of them. They recognize that they just had a fun experience and I help them have a fun experience with their friends or their family, and they just show me their best self. And that's something that I really appreciate about magic. If you guys like this video, please crush the thumbs up button. If you want to see more of these videos, please subscribe and hit the bell to be notified so that you get notified when new ones come up. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.